G'day, gang. It's me again. Hi. Um, I'm really excited to actually talk about a specific topic that I think has been very, very talked about recently. It's women in media. Hello, I am one. So it's a bit of a maybe a bit of a different opinion. Um, it's not. They suck. Yeah. Yeah, women in media currently it's really bad. Um yeah, it's bad. So I love a character that you love to hate. Give me some really obnoxious idiot who's always in the background and you're just like, could this could this person shut up, please? I those characters who always interject or like push other characters, generally antagonize and are obnoxious and irritating, have their place. They're important, especially juxtaposed your protagonist, who should not be a complete tool. Um, that's always a great idea to have a regular character who's obnoxious is is very very useful in certain narratives. But to have them choose the worst dialogue lines every single time and still succeed on dialogue checks, come on, that's the problem. I personally think that having a protagonist who is completely obnoxious and problematic and fail through the story can be a fantastic story. I genuinely think those types of stories are absolutely just wonderful. Um, Seeing a character be like grow from being so problematic and seeing them understand, oh, I'm the bad guy. That's great. There are so many ways that you can do that in a story and make it really fulfilling and make it really fun, but we're not doing that. And I think that that's the part that I really hate. Because we're doing these characters who they start obnoxious, they get rewarded for being obnoxious, so obviously they remain obnoxious. And these characters, it's not fun, especially like so in video games, I'll reference Bethesda video games. There's a green dialogue line that's good. Hi, it's a great day. There's a orange dialogue line. Hi, it's an okay day, you know. And then you get the red dialogue lines. I hate this day. If your character is consistently saying the red dialogue lines and they get like every single door is open to them, stop. Please. Please stop. Again, having obnoxious characters, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make the setting authentic and make the characters that aren't your main character reflect the realism or authenticity of that setting. So make them also characters. Just because this is the gate guard, right? Just because the gate guard is one character that you're only going to have one conversation with, it doesn't mean that this character should have no substance and no quality. It doesn't mean that this character should say, um, you know, let me in, idiot. And the gate guard should just go, okay. No, have a back and forth because every single dialogue in your story is representative of your setting and and reinforces your main character or the current speaking characters who they are in the setting. If you have a character that's completely like basically stuck on as a sticker and they just do whatever they want and everything else is scripted behind them, it doesn't feel like a story. It feels like these are two parts that are completely disconnected as opposed to a character that's engrossed and involved in and part of this world. And I think that is the major issue that you have when you get unpunished morons or unpunished jerks as characters. Please stop making my gender out to be complete assholes who get anything they want. Please stop that, writers. It's so obnoxious. Again, if you want to make obnoxious characters, I love them. I love them. But punish them. Don't let them get out of jail if they get stuck in jail. Make them have to find their own way out. Make them have to claw out through this horrible circumstance that they keep putting themselves into. Make them have to fix it through non-social means if they can't have the social skills to get out. And then give them the social skills when they finally understand, oh, I'm the problem. That's fantastic. But there are so many examples of characters who do not get punished for this sort of stuff, particularly recently in television, movies, and gaming. Ooh. There are a few franchises that I cannot talk about because it hurts my heart. Like, I'm going to touch on it, okay? It's a sensitive subject. What they did to my girl Yen, unforgivable. She was amazing. She was antagonistic. She was problematic. She was an issue all throughout The Witcher 3, and I was there for it. And she was irritating everybody. She was pushing people right to the edge. And I was like, you go, girl. Because every time she got punished for it, yes, she often got what she was supposed to get out of the encounter, but she completely destroyed relationships left, right, and center. And she got herself into a situation where she was where she didn't want to be. And she had a massive ego, and she didn't address the situation that she was in, but she's smart enough to know that she put herself there. Compare that to the television show. Again, this is a sore spot for me. I'm struggling, okay? But she chose all the wrong options and she's still great. And it hurts my soul. It really does. Because I think part of the charm of an obnoxious character like my girl Yen, a part of the charm of a very difficult character, is that she has to have people like helping her out and working with her. She was incredibly competent in her magical field. She was incredibly powerful, and she had a massive ego that came along because of that, which all of those things culminate to be a genuinely fantastic and complicated and nuanced character in a very hostile response in the setting. And it was brilliant. And having poor little Geralt having to clean up a lot of her messes when he was trying to have the same goal as hers and she was actively making his life more difficult was spectacular. It was brilliant. Their dynamic was great, and it was wonderful in Witcher 3. Honestly, some of the best banter and some of the best interactions, and playing as Geralt and being like, I love this woman. She needs to stop. It's great. It's honestly amazing. And then juxtaposed her with television her. She doesn't sound right, for one. I'm sorry, TV Yen. You're a genuinely good actress. Genuinely good. But you don't sound like my girl. Like, if they didn't make her sound enough like a nasty person. She sounds way too nice. I'm sorry. You really do. And still makes all the bad choices and still gets every good outcome. I hate that. Still gets all the compliments. It's so uncomfortable. And the audience knows that. The audience sees this cardboard cutout just stuck in against all these other 3D models, and it's weird. It's not comfortable. Give me my conflict-driven, problematic, serious issue of a Yen any day. And I think that is, my goodness, I got jump scared by my monitor turning off again. Give me my problematic characters any day. I love that. I love that so much. Again, I think it is one of the best archetypes. I think it's one of the most fun archetypes, and I think it's something that deeply resonates with everyone, because we all get to a point in which that I think that every intelligent individual will say, okay, I did bad today. You know, I did a bad thing. So it's great to see that happen. And even if we're not directly agreeing that we're the bad guy, we can see problematic issues arising. And sure, we can come to the conclusion that it's someone else's fault, but we still ultimately end up having to change our behavior to fix the situation. And it's fantastic. It's a wonderful narrative. I don't even want to talk about how ugly video game women are. Bro. I don't want to look like that. Look, I'm a very fortunate person. This is all blur and no makeup. It's all blur, really. That's what's making me look so good, to be fair. But I'm a very fortunate person. And even I don't want to go into a video game where I can't look amazing. No one wants that. Just stop. No one wants to go into a fantasy world and feel like they aren't fulfilling any fantasy. What are we doing? What are we doing with the current state of characters that end up looking so uncomfortable that we don't want to view ourselves as those characters? Like, and how do we get to a point in which that we are so obsessed with image and presenting ourselves as being about all types of women that we get an actual real woman such as, I love her, Eve from Stellar Blade, and we insult her body because we are so uncomfortable with the optics of being comfortable with beauty. Can we please just get back to a point where we all agree we are comfortable with beauty, and beauty is something that we want to have in our imaginary fake make-believe time? Like, how do we get back to that? Because I don't know how much longer I can keep watching movies and TV and playing video games where we see these actresses that are actually really gorgeous that we have decided to make unattractive, or where we have these characters that just have no resonance, no appeal, no attractiveness. What do we have to do to skip this story part? Like, where's the skip button? Please. Thank you. No, we don't want that. That's as complicated as it gets. And yeah, stop. Just stop. But genuinely, oh my god, I love my adversarial characters. I love my jerks. That they're great. They have such a great place in any narrative. And I think that as a writer, it's one of my favorite things to do, to write a character that's so particularly unlikable, but then have them have their face pushed in the mud a lot because they're unlikable. And even if they're right, it doesn't matter. They're being a dick about it. So they're going to get other characters' backs up. And then they learn, okay, I have to politely tell people that they're stupid. That's great. That's a life lesson we can all learn from. It's wonderful. Please let our jerks be jerks. Let our jerks get punished. And please, for the love of all things, let me have my absurdly gorgeous characters in video games so I can be a me that is never existed. Thank you. Please, video game creators and television and movie people, please let me get back to my fantasies. Thank you. That is all.